Okay, man, so what have you been up to lately?
The usual. I've been like, well, just turn that TV off. I've been still training, but obviously not full on because I don't want to overtrain because my fight's still a long way away. But I actually now going to start my training camp next week as of Monday, and I do 5 weeks in the UK, then 8 weeks in the American top team. So.
Oh, okay, cool. So last time we talked, right before your fight with Paige, just talk me through the fight.
Well, for me, it went to plan. You know, he's a tough opponent, and I performed really well. So I was really happy with my performance. But to be honest, all I wanted to do was win. You know, you don't want to suffer back-to-back losses. You know, so I was glad I won, but also to win. In my eyes, I performed really well. It is brilliant. You know.
How did you find out you won Fight of the Night honors again?
That was also, again, that's another like icing to the cake. To be honest, I'm not in the sport for money. I'm in the sport because I love the sport and I want to be the best.
Sure.
But obviously, getting those sort of paychecks really helps. You know, it helps you concentrate on your training. You're not worried about paying bills here and there and stuff. So it does definitely help. Especially, you know, you can get injured in the sport. I remember the year before when I fought Burrell. I was out for a long time because I was meant to fight Miguel. I had a bad back injury, so I was out for a long time. So also with that in mind, you know, sometimes you could go a long time without money. You know, I fought in August and in April, and now I'm not fighting until September. So that's still quite a long way away. So and hopefully I don't get injured in this camp. So those ones are definitely gives you a little bit of a financial backbone that you do need. I'm not going crazy and like buying cars,
Right.
Going mental. I can't look after my money because you never know what can happen.
Just talk about your opponent for UFC on Fuel 5.
He's a very exciting opponent. He not as well known as some people might not know, unless you like dig into the sport a little bit more. I know he's won his last 3 fights in the UFC since going down a weight class. So obviously that suits him at that weight class. He's very explosive, comes out from a good camp, a good striker, you know, good athlete. It'll be a tough fight, you know.
You've been fighting the world's best for years. Who do you think has been your toughest opponent to date?
Toughest opponent or toughest kind of fight which I liked was probably Ivan Menjivar, because we went back and forth. We had a really good battle. He rocked me, I rocked him, you know. So for me, probably Ivan Menjivar, you know. Luckily, I came off the winning end of a close decision, so I was happy about that. And he's such a nice guy, and you know, I'm happy. Also, since that fight, he's gone on to do really, really well.
Do you think he's underrated?
Not at all. Well,
No.
I don't know. He may not have the stardom and stuff that some people have, but I remember when I was fighting him, I did not want that fight. You know, I wasn't looking forward to it at all because I was coming off a loss to Scott Jorgensen, and then coming off a loss to someone, you don't want to fight someone like Ivan Menjivar, where at the time he was coming back from a long layoff and stuff, and I know he'd been a little bit active, had a few local fights and stuff, but I knew how good he was from back in the day, fighting, you know, over Japan, and thinking him fighting at higher weight classes and being down at 135, I'm thinking, oh my god, this guy's going to be an absolute monster. And for me, I would not get any recognition for beating him, which, to be honest, I didn't get much recognition for beating Ivan Menjivar, apart from the hardcore fans who knew how tough he was. You know, now it looks good for me because he's gone on to do really well, because he's a really good fighter and he's gone to do really well. And it's been always my way. I fought Demetrius Johnson when no one knew about him. I beat Demetrius Johnson. Then he goes on a tear after that.
Right.
So I didn't get no recognition for beating Demetrius Johnson. And then he goes on a tear. So I'm kind of like beating all these people where no one knows about it. It may be the same with Yves Gibron. I may beat him and no one knows about him. Then he goes on a massive long tear. Yeah, it always seems to be my way, you know.
It's 3 of your last 4 fights, you've got the Fight of the Night bonus. Just talk about putting on exciting fights.
It's not something I just go out to choose to do. It's just, I think it's just my mentality and my style of fighting. I make people fight because I'm in their face and I'm going forward. There's no other thing you can do apart from to have to fight me. So with my style, it automatically makes action. You know, I think I've got a really good gas tank. I'm aggressive. I come forward. If I get taken down, I'm on the floor. I don't just relax on the floor. I look to get up. You know, I like fast-paced fights. You know, and a lot of my opponents, you know, it's not always down to me. It's down to my opponents, and a lot of them, you know, come to fight as well. And we always put on like a good fight. I mean, all those opponents that I've got fight nights with, you know, you can't just thank me. I've got to thank them for that as well.
This July, there's the Bantamweight Championship fight. Who do you think's going to take that?
To be honest, it's a close one. You know, I'm finding kind of hard to believe that everyone's giving Brow in the bookies as favourite, which is, I think, it's a bit strange because he hasn't had a title fight yet. So, for me personally, I think Brow is very tough, and I think in the first couple of rounds, that's when he's going to have his. That's where he's going to be most dangerous. I think with going into later rounds, with Uriah being a lot more experienced and also versed to going doing 25 minutes, like 5-minute rounds, I think championship round, you know, Uriah, if he gets to that far, will show. It will definitely show. Especially also someone like Brow does cut a lot of weight. He had a tough time making weight when I fought him, and now he's got to lose an extra pound, so that could take a lot of them out, especially in the later rounds as well. So I say early on, Brow will look good. I think later on, Uriah experience and also cardio could help.
And my final question for you is about your camps. Your last 3 fights have all been in Europe. Why not just move your camp Europe and I guess do your full camp there? I guess you love American Top Team that much, eh?
American Top Team has been the best thing for me. You know, it's helped me. It's got me into where I am today. You have there's so many good guys there. Not only just good guys, there's so many good guys in my weight class and around my weight class that I could train with. You know, and you go to some other camps, you get some good fighters there as well, but then one of them just had a fight, so he's gone away for a little bit. You have another one who's just got injured, he's away. You know, you get that. You know, and with such a big camp like American Top Team, you always got bodies, no matter what. There's always people there, and there's a lot of real high level, not just MMA fighters. There's high level wrestlers there. There's high level jiu-jitsu guys there as well. So you're always going to get high level sparring, and you know, I think that's helped me out so much. You know, training with Mike Brown and all that lot all this time. It's definitely helped out my wrestling and all that sort of thing. And also a little bit like if I stayed in England, which I could do, and train here. I train at a place called Team Titan in England, which is very good. We have a lot of good guys here as well. But for me, it's hard to switch off from your day-to-day life. Go now I'm training for a fight camp. Where if I go to America, as soon as my plane lands, I'm in fight mode. I'm eating right. I've got no day-to-day distractions of my friend's birthday party I need to go to, or some christening here, or a stag do there. I don't have, bachelor party you guys probably say, but any of that sort of stuff, I don't have that distraction. I'm in America, I can't, I'm focusing on. So you see a lot of people within America, like boxers as well, will do this anyway, where they live with their family, but then they'll go do a training camp somewhere away, so for me, it's also that mental kind of edge. It helps me out a lot.
Would you like to promote your Facebook or Twitter?
Yeah, definitely. You guys can follow me. I'll have a One Punch fan page, which I post on a lot, and also my Twitter is at @1_punch.
Okay, good stuff. And before we let you go, one last question. Is it Chael Sonnen or Anderson Silva?
I like both guys a lot. I honestly think maybe this time round, I know he won the first time, but this time around, I think the first time where Anderson Silva underestimated Chael Sonnen and Chael Sonnen caught him up completely off guard. But this time he's going to be a lot more prepared for him. So I think it'll be a tougher fight for Chael Sonnen this time round. But Chael Sonnen can still do what he does. Like he's man-beasting sort of style where he just comes forward and relentless. Can still do what he did before. But I honestly think maybe just he's gonna not underestimate him so much now and take him seriously. And I think it'll be victorious for Anderson Silva. Even though I like Chael Sonnen a lot, I hope he could come up with a win, but I don't think he will.
Alright, thanks for doing this, man.
No problem at all, anytime.
Okay, have a good night.
Thank you.